I've just watched Lieutenant CP2's video titled Let's Talk About Context. It's a great video, as in fact are all of his videos, the ones I've seen so far anyway. He has some great points, and I'd encourage everyone to go and watch him. Go and watch him. Anyway, what he talked about, of course, was the usual theist apologist defense. The "you're quoting it out of context" defense. I guess most atheists get this every once in a while. Now, Lieutenant CP2 made some very good points, and I really don't have that much to add. But I'll just try to make my stance on this particular defense clear anyway. It's bullshit, okay? Plain and simple, it's bullshit. There are situations where a quote from anything can be taken out of context so that it sounds like something completely different from what it is, or like the exact opposite. Creationists do that all the fucking time, yet lo and behold, if we quote anything less than an entire chapter of that book of absolute crap they call the Bible at them, we get the words out of context thrown in our faces. Fuck that! Unless we omit verses that specifically change the meaning, the context is whatever it is. End of story. Let's take an example here. I can quote a verse like Leviticus 24 verse 16. And he that blasphemeth the name of the Lord, he shall surely be put to death, and all the congregation shall certainly stone him, as well the stranger as he that is born in the land, when he blasphemeth the name of the Lord, shall be put to death. And Christians are going to be lining up right there going, out of context. No, it isn't! The verses surrounding it have nothing to do with this particular verse. It's in the middle of a series of fucking rules, and there is no other context. I am sick and tired of that lame old defense. Oh, while we're at it, some Christians will instead come out and say, well, that's the Old Testament, those rules don't apply anymore. What, God changed his mind? Bullshit! Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5 verse 17, Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. How much clearer than that do you want it? God is not a fucking schizophrenic. His laws don't suddenly change. A single blasphemy uttered, and in the sight of God, you should be stoned. I hear Christians constantly throwing shit at Muslims about how barbaric their religion is. And it is, no doubt about that. But don't you dare think even for a second that yours is any better. Christianity has the same bullshit laws, the same barbaric punishments, and the same idiotic judicial system built into it as Islam has, for the simple reason that Islam more or less copied all of it directly from the Torah and the Bible. In short, let's get rid of these lame-ass arguments, huh? They're worn even thinner by now than the Muslim racism defense, and that would normally be considered a hard feat to match. Leave it the fuck alone unless the surrounding verses specifically alter the meaning.